Recently, I got the answer for my question about the replacement of the Indonesian Air Force F-5 fighters aircraft. After looking at potential replacement like Gripen, Typhoon, Sukhoi, Rafale, and F-15, we got not one but two winners, Dassault Rafale and Boeing F-15EX. Then, another question appeared in my head. If we procure two new double-engines multi-role fighter aircraft, will we be able to maintain all the operational costs? Or are we going to retire one of our existing fighter jets? Let's talk about it a little bit in today's video. Hello everyone, glad to see you again. Welcome back to Pacific Front channel, a YouTube channel where I talk and discuss military topics and equipment, especially for Indonesian Armed Force. If you like military topics just like this one, consider subscribing. First, let's step back for a moment to see how we got to this point. In mid-February at the Air Force Leadership Meeting, the Chief of Staff of Indonesian Air Force has confirmed the procurement plan of two new fighter aircraft alongside the procurement of cargo and MRTT aircraft. Although he didn't specifically told us when the contract will be signed, at least it was a good sign for the F-5 Tiger replacement program. For the past few weeks, we got some development from Rafale. In February, Dassault Aviation Team, led by their Vice President of Business Development and Vice President of Offset, visited Indonesia to discuss the Rafale's offset and local content. Then a couple days later, they visited PT NTP in Bandung to survey their MRO facility. It looks like Dassault is eager to make this procurement a reality. PT NTP or Nusantara Turbin and Propulsi is Indonesian leading engineering, maintenance, repair, and overhaul of gas turbines and rotating equipment. It's the subsidiary company of Indonesian Aerospace Industries or PTDI. On the other hand, we haven't heard much about the F-15EX. Some say we will hear more news about it this summer. Well, we'll see what will happen in a couple of months. Now let's jump to the near future. Let's say the procurement of Rafale and F-15 are done. Then Indonesian Air Force will have Su-27 and 30, Rafale, F-15, and F-16, alongside with T-50 Advanced Trainer and Tactical Fighter aircraft. Oh, I almost forgot. According to CNBC Indonesia, apparently Indonesia is still committed to the KFX program, so we have to count that as well. With 6 different fighter aircraft, I'm not sure how we can manage this logistical and maintenance nightmare. Are we even able to pay all the costs? I guess even NATO countries only have 3 types of fighters max. More than that will be too complicated to manage. If we look at the composition of the aircraft, we can see the Air Force strength will be more towards Western-built equipment. Rafale, F-15, F-16, T-50, and KFX are equipped with Western-built sensor, and they can launch Western-built missiles and bombs, while Su-27 and 30 can only launch Russian-made missile. Even though Su-27 and 30 is one of the best 4th-generation fighter aircraft and still feared until this day, the operational cost of this aircraft is expensive, around 400 million rupiah or about $29,000 per flight. And the cost is still counting even though you are not flying it. It's reported that our Sukhoi squadron takes more than 50% of the Air Force fighter aircraft operational budget every year. More than 2 squadrons of F-16, 2 squadrons of Hawks, and a squadron of T-50 combined. And don't forget to mention the armament that it needs. We have to buy Russian-made missiles only to serve one type of aircraft. I'm not saying Rafale and F-15 operational costs will be cheaper, but having the possibility of sharing missiles with other aircraft and procure it in higher number can minimize the Air Force logistical burden and of course saving the Air Force budget quite significantly. We also have to remember the US CAATSA sanction. With this sanction in place, we can just procure new fighters or weapons from Russia without getting some kinds of consequences from the US. Maybe the biggest barrier whether we keep the Sukhoi or not is related to Indonesia's requirement to procure from the East and West. The reason is, up until 2005, Indonesia was sanctioned by the US, resulted in low combat readiness of our F-16 and C-130 Hercules. Even we have to cannibalize some of our C-130 parts to make the rest of the fleet airworthy. The Air Force realized that they cannot rely only on one side. And to prevent that to happen again, their strategy is to diversify their equipment. That's why after our F-16 can fly, we bought the Sukhoi. Doesn't that mean the F-15EX procurement plan will be in danger if we get sanctioned by the US again? Let's think for a second why we got sanctioned in the first place. It was because we committed a war crime during the military operation in Timor Timur, now Timor-Leste. Of course, other countries will impose sanction on us. Anyone who committed a war crime, either an individual or a country, will get a sanction from the international community. But today, the situation is different. We don't do war crime anymore, our economy has increased, we have strengthened our relation with the US, and now Indonesia and the US have the same goal in the region. If it stays that way, F-15EX will be just fine. How about the Rafale? We have never used French-made fighter aircraft before. Will it be any issue? My answer for this is simple. There is always a first time for everything. It's true we need to train new pilots, new crew, build the infrastructure and everything. But the same goes for every new procurement. Personally, I think it's best for us to let the Sukhoi go. With only small fleet, high operational costs, and incompatibility with the future of Indonesian Air Force fighter aircraft will only become a burden in the Air Force fleet. As for the capability, 36 Rafale and 8 to 15 F-15EX are more than enough to replace it. How about East and West procurement strategy? With CAATSA in place, we can't do much about it anyway. As long as the US can provide what we need and make an interesting offer, I'm fine with it. What do you think? Is it still necessary for us to keep the Sukhoi? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to know more about how CAATSA blocks Indonesia's dream to procure the Su-35, you can watch it right there, any second now. But before I go, I want to thank all of you for supporting me by watching my video and subscribing. Recently, my channel has passed 1000 subscribers. I thought it will take a long time to pass this massive milestone. Thanks to you, I can reach it in under a year. And with that, I unlock another YouTube feature, which is a YouTube community post. It allows me to communicate and sharing some thoughts more frequently with you while waiting for a new video to come out. So I'm looking forward to meet you guys out there too. With all being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.